Hey guys, so this is our first video of explaining exactly what Completeful or print-on-demand companies is and how to get started and start creating a business with what we got going on. So the first thing I want to get into is print-on-demand. What is print-on-demand? And like I said in the first video, print-on-demand, Completeful is a print-on-demand and make-on-demand company. It's not the first of its kind. There's plenty of print-on-demand companies out there. I'll talk about a few others as we get through these series. So print on demand, if you had an idea, let's say you had an idea for a t-shirt, some funny quote or artwork you wanted to put on a t-shirt. In traditional business, you would have to go get somebody to print it. You'd have to buy like 100 and then mark them up and sell them to someone. But the problem is you have to buy 100 up front and hopefully you sell all 100 of those. And you see that whenever people are raising money for baseball teams and whatnot. So print on demand basically allows you to create these shirts, create different products without having to buy any of the inventory up front. So you can create as many products as you want and you don't have to pay a single thing until you sell one. So basically we have an agreed upon price, and let's say we were printing this t-shirt for you. We would say, hey, we'll print this t-shirt for $8. You put this logo on there. Every time you sell one, if you sell it for $15 and we're fulfilling it for $8, you keep $7 every time you sell one. So that's what print on demand is. And one thing I wanted to kind of stress about these videos is kind of explain what this is and what it isn't. This is not in any way, shape, or form a get-rich-quick scheme. I know the title is 0 to 60, 0 to $1 million in 60 days, but that is only because I know what I'm doing. That's to be like the equivalent of me trying to tell you how to play baseball and you go out and actually do it. It's going to take a lot of practice. You're going to have to put in a lot of work in order to acquire the skills that I'm going to show you how to use here. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows this is not in any way, shape, or form a get-rich-quick scheme. So the things I'm going to hit on in this video is why some people succeed and why some people don't using our system. We've got plenty of people that have done really well, plenty of people that have fallen flat on their face. I'm going to go over that. Second thing is the 3 ways to make money with Completeful's system. I will also talk about other print-on-demand companies, some that I recommend that do really well, that do a really good job, that offer other products that we don't. Why Completeful. I will also talk about why starting with Etsy. So some people say, why Etsy, why not Shopify or Amazon or eBay, these other platforms, and I'll kind of hit on why those why those platforms. The next thing I'll start talking about is about actually how to start selling. So what is a good listing and what is a listing basically? I will go over good photos, the good photo procedures whenever you want to take photos yourself, or if you're looking for some online to use for your own store. Good pricing habits, I'll go over that. I will go over the headaches, some of the things that you're going to run into, as far as using Completeful system and dealing with customers. There's going to be some of that as well. And I will also, the last thing I want to go over is the questions. I know I'm already getting a lot of DMs and messages on Facebook, but the things I want to go over are the questions that I'm willing to answer, which are how to make your store better, how to increase sales and whatnot. I'll hit on those in these videos. But the things I won't be answering are the questions that customer support answer. And so anytime you ask me a question and I respond back, support@completeful.com, that just means I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying that you need to go to them and ask those questions. I'm not Completeful support. I'm here as a mentor to kind of help guide you through the process. And also along the way, we'll teach you a lot of tricks and hacks that I've learned in e-com, not just with print on demand, but I've started all types of different businesses online. I've sold bikinis, I've sold music, I've sold leather jackets, I've made fishing bait. I mean, if you can sell it online, I've basically tried. And so I'll give you my some of my biggest wins and some of my biggest failures, so that you guys can have that information at your disposal. So first thing, I went over why, what print on demand is. So the second thing is, why do some people succeed and why do some others not? And that's simple. It's people in general. It's human nature. That's why are some people rich and why are some people not rich? Some people are willing to put in the work and will listen to exactly what I say in these videos. One of our most successful sellers is one of my best friends, and he one day, about 3 years ago, decided that he wanted to start, get on board with us, and he listened to exactly what I said and just hammered it out to the T. And he has sometimes 6-figure days. So it's proven that if you follow the system, you will be successful. The problem is some people get it in their mind that there's only these certain products and they need to bring in these other products, and it's like an ego thing where they have to suggest other products like dog bowls or something, like just a product that we don't currently have in stock. And it's like, no, we have 1 million products, just you can sell any of these. Now we're always open to any feedback and selling of the products, but you're not going to basically skip all this learning curve by introducing this new product. We have 1 million products and there's 1 million designs to sell. And that's basically what I wanted to hit at. I had a friend of mine that started out. He was working a few different jobs, and one day told me that he had got some money from COVID, and he basically was like, I don't know what I need to do with this money. And I asked him how much he had. He basically had a year's salary, so the government had given him basically a year's salary for free. And he said, what would you do? And I said, to be honest with you, I said, it would take 6 months. And I said, if you work this business and listen to me, I said, I'll meet with you once a week. I said, if you take this business and you work at it as if it were an actual job, so 40 hours a week, and put in the same time and effort that you put in at your day job, in 6 months, you will not have to work there. And or you won't have to have a job, because I said, basically, you need to quit and do this for 6 months and see if it works. And he did, and he trusted me with that. And I don't know how long it was, 3-4 months in, he realized that he was never going to have to go back to having his other job. And so that proved to me that if you are willing to listen and follow the procedures, and he was actually one of the guys that originally, when I first started Completeful, wanted to get on board and try to sell all kinds of different products. And he's probably going to laugh whenever he watches this video, but he was trying to sell like rubber gloves and all this stuff, and he'd have like some success here and some success, and I was like, come on, man, like just listen to what I'm telling you, and you can crush it. So that's why some people succeed and why some people others. Some people follow the system to a T, and some people try to do it their own way. I've figured it out. I'm telling you exactly what to do. It's very simple, and you may ask, if it's so simple, why doesn't everybody do it? And it's because they don't want to follow exactly what I'm telling you here. So the next thing is 3 ways to make money with Completeful. One is creating listings, selling them on Etsy or Amazon or any marketplace. Some people already have a store, so some people already have a storefront. So if you know anybody with websites, basically this is just an additional revenue stream. So if you have a website with Shopify or any of these other platforms, you can connect with us and use our app and push products to your store. Now you may be selling furniture, you may be selling lawnmower parts or whatever it may be, but you would also be able to offer a merch section. So if they're there shopping for lawnmower parts and they see a funny hat, they say, hey, you know what, I'm going to buy that. That's just they don't have to keep any inventory, so when someone buys it, it's just a little extra profit for them. So creating listings, basically, the business, basically the way that I'm going to explain how to make money throughout this entire series. That's the first way. The second way is we can basically make anything. We have a bunch of lasers, CNC lathes, 3D printers. We have a team of engineers and programmers. We can basically make anything. So we have a lot of people come to us and say, hey, we need this furniture made, or we need this shelving made, or we need this part made. And usually when someone comes to us, it's hey, if you can show us the demand for the product, we can make it. And if you know somebody that's in need of this, basically what we do is you get the sale. So you go to them, you talk to them, and you say, hey, this company, maybe it's a bank that needs like 100 tumblers for some event, and you just happen to know them. You could say, hey, I can get those, and you come to us. We say, hey, we'll print these 100 tumblers for $600, and you go back to them and say, well, I'll sell it to you for $700. You mark it up $100, and you keep your $100. We get the sale. We're happy. You're happy, and the person you provided with the tumblers is happy. And we usually beat everybody at pricing. That is kind of our forte, if you will. We're really good at figuring out systems and making very efficient processes on printing and making items. So usually there's absolutely no competition as far as price is concerned. So that's usually our advantage. The third way is a really neat way, and for those of you who don't know, I was involved in a network marketing company right when I was probably about 20 years old, so about 11 years ago. And I did really well with that company, and learned I was a total introvert. I was at Louisiana Tech for engineering, and a total introvert, and that got me out of my shell. Had to go out and actually talk to people. I had never taken any kind of public speaking or anything like this, so this was absolutely terrifying to me, and I was terrified doing just like the simple one-on-ones. And I would probably do worst presentations anybody has ever heard. And but you fast forward like a year later, and I'm speaking in front of like 10,000 people on stage. So I overcame that fear of talking in front of people, and got really good at actually communicating what I had in mind to people. And I recommend that to anybody. If you want to be an entrepreneur, I highly recommend being able to communicate and talk to people. That is one of the hardest things to learn, but it is also one of the best traits an entrepreneur can have. So anyway, when I get back, I'm going to get off track here. I'm not, as you probably already know, this is my first time making sets of videos, and I'm not very good at this, and this will be more informative than it is a good video. So the third way to make money with Completeful is our affiliate system. So kind of like network marketing, you may never sell a product ever using our system, but if you refer somebody, so if you're if you're an older person that says, hey, I don't want to learn how to use this computer, I don't want to learn how to do any of that, but you got a couple of kids or a couple of people that you do know that would go out and crush this and do really well. You can sign yourself up as an affiliate. You can send them an affiliate link. They sign up. If they start selling, you get a percentage of everything they sell. So the way this works is if you refer somebody, as long as they're selling, it doesn't matter how much or how little, you get 5% of everything they sell. So like I said, you may never ever sell anything, but if you refer somebody and they start selling stuff, you can get paid. So this is a really good reason to go out and try to share and tell people, about our system to help them not only make money, but also it'll help you. Now, if you tell somebody and that person tells somebody, you get 1% of everything that the in-person sells. So 5% from the first level, 1% from the second level. And it doesn't sound like much, but you start thinking that you hit a home run and get the right person involved. And like I said, we've got people doing $100,000 days. So if they did a $100,000 day and you were getting 5% of that, you'd be making $5,000 a day. Now, this is a person that's been involved for 3 or 4 years. So like I said, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme in any way, but I will show you step-by-step how to get there. So 3 ways how to make money, went over that. Why Completeful? I'm going to be using Completeful as an example because I have both admin and selling privileges because we built the system ourselves, so that anytime there's questions, I can kind of go in and kind of show you guys what we do and basically how to use our system in the best possible way, because I know our system inside and out. The other companies that I like, T-Launch is a print-on-demand company. The owner is actually a friend of mine. Really great guy, really good company. They offer amazing products. They offer a lot of products that we don't have. Highly recommend using them if you want to sell a product that we don't have in our catalog, and they do. I absolutely go to them all day, and I'll hit on them a little bit more as we go through this. So the next thing, why Etsy? Why are we starting with Etsy? So I've sold on just about every platform there is, and still do. Etsy is is definitely the most user-friendly. So creating a listing, getting started is definitely the easiest way to get started. If you were to get started on Amazon, you guys start learning about all these different product identification numbers. You got to go. It's a lot of work for not much return. Etsy's the best bang for your buck to get started. And then what I recommend is take the money from Etsy and start investing it in these other platforms. So find somebody that can do the Amazon for you if you don't want to figure it out, because it is a headache. And if you want to figure it out, by all means, Amazon's like $40 a month, so it doesn't cost hardly anything at all either. The next, there's, like I said, eBay. There's a platform there. You could sell on Facebook Marketplace. You would probably just have to purchase the products through your own site and send it to them. The next thing is selling on your own website. Now, this is by far the most rewarding, but also the most difficult. And that being said, I'll explain why. So if you create a website, and I have a few, but let's say you say myproducts.com, right? With myproducts.com, you have this website, and it may be this beautiful website, and you may have the most amazing products that anybody wants on this website, but nobody knows about it. You have to get people in front of the website is the key. So marketing, you can have a god awful website and get 1 million people in front of it. People are going to buy stuff. So you have to get people to your website. You have to learn how to drive traffic. Now the beauty of Etsy is I'm going to show you how to leverage Etsy's customers and basically drive traffic to your Etsy shop. Now, whenever you start selling on your own website, you then have to start using either Google Ads and spending money, start paying per click. There's a bunch of different advertising strategies. I'm going to spend an entire video just going over that. And I wanted to let you guys know that I'm not going to be explaining just Completeful, how to make money with print on demand. I'll explain all the things I've done in all the e-commerce business that I've had. I'll even go into some of my brick and mortar businesses. Like I've had a hair salon, I own some Jimmy John's, real estate. I want to go into all of that. So kind of be as informative as I possibly can. Next thing, so I explained why Etsy, why Completeful, why we're starting the way that we are. But so whenever you do get started, we have to create good listings. If you are putting this product in this huge wave of Etsy products, how do you get found? How do you get in front of the customers? Because there's 1 million people that's going to be selling the same thing you are. Now, you may have a unique design, but it's easy for somebody to go and copy that same design and put it out there. So what is a good listing? And an Etsy listing is just basically a product that's on Etsy. And there's 3 things that make a really good Etsy listing. One is the photo. You have to have a really good photo to capture someone's attention whenever they're scrolling through a sea of products. It's kind of the same thing whenever you're scrolling through social media. If you're going through Instagram and Facebook, every now and then you see something that catches your eye. And what I suggest that you do is start shopping. Get on Pinterest or Etsy or Amazon. Just scroll through all these products. Search for something. The next time that you're shopping for whatever product that you're looking for, scroll through it. Keep scrolling, and then try to catch yourself finding a product, and then identify what in that photo or in the verbiage of the listing or title or whatever there is there, what caught your attention? What made you click and buy from that listing? And if you can do this over and over and over and over and over, and what I used to do is I would sit in the bathtub with a glass of whiskey and just sit there and sip on it and shop and look at the things that caught my eye and say, how can I produce a photo like this so that it catches people's attention? I would also go through like Facebook ads and see why they caught my attention so that I could kind of reverse engineer them and use the same Facebook ads. So a good listing consists of 3 things: good photos, good title, good tags. And title is kind of a tricky one. So you can have the greatest photo and grab people's attention, but the title needs to be pointed at whatever that product, whatever audience you want to put that product in front of. And what I mean by that is, if let's say you want to sell a personalized wallet, you don't want to get on there and put personalized wallet. That's way too simple. You want to get as specific as you possibly can, because there's probably not very much competition is whenever you get very specific. So what I mean by that is, let's say you wanted to sell a personalized wallet, but let's get a little bit more specific. Let's say we want to sell a brown personalized wallet. There's probably a lot of people searching for brown personalized wallets. You're going to be in this sea of brown personalized wallets. But let's go brown personalized wallet for 50th birthday. Then you're getting a little bit more specific. But then if you go brown personalized wallet for 52nd birthday with Bible verse, or something along those lines, you're getting so specific that there's probably not very much competition for that. And whenever someone types that, they're looking for a very, very specific product. So they're looking for something very specific. And if you can provide them with that, even though you're not going to hit a home run, obviously a million people aren't going to be searching for this particular product. But whenever you do have a product like that with the right title, the customer that is looking for it, that sees your product, is very likely to buy it, because there's nobody else there selling the same thing. And you can scroll through this, and what I do is I'll go to the Etsy search bar, and you can do this on Google or Amazon. Type in personalized wallet and look at the list of items that pops up. And then you can type in the next 4, type in the letter A, animal lovers, or there's going to be a bunch of different categories of products that you can get involved with. So that's what I do. So personalized wallet for animal lovers, personalized product for beach lovers, personalized product for church lovers. I mean, you can A, B, C. You can keep going down the list. And the thing is, what you want to do is you want to identify an audience first. So there's a question I get all the time. This is one of the questions I wanted to answer was, what products do I need to sell? What products do I need to start with? And I used to think the same way. And the reason why I'm making these videos is, what I've learned is you don't start with the product. You start with an audience first. Because if you have an audience, you know what they're looking for. And whenever I got started, like I said, I sold all kinds of things. But then I narrowed it down to 2 niches that I wanted to get in. One of those is weddings, and the other one was babies. People spend large amounts of money for both of those, and they don't really care. And the greatest thing about weddings and babies is people are going to buy stuff. They are going to spend the money. You just need to show them to spend the money with you. So I had to decide whether I wanted to go with wedding products or baby products, and originally I chose wedding products. And I chose wedding products because groomsmen gifts, or bridesmaid gifts, or wedding favors, you're not just buying one, you're buying 4 or 5 if it's groomsmen gifts. And I looked up the average number of groomsmen in a wedding, it's 5. I looked up how many weddings happen in the US, and it's like 2 million a year. So it's like 5,200 weddings a day if you were to go out through the day. And I was like, 5,200 weddings a day, if I could just get 10% of that would be 520 orders of wedding orders, multiple items every single day. So that was kind of my thought process. And whenever you're using Facebook ads, you can go and target people that are engaged. So you can just serve your ads to people that are engaged. They're getting married. They're going to buy groomsmen gifts. So you just put your products in front of them. And that's kind of how I got started. Now, one of the things I wanted to hit on as far as finding the right products, what makes a good listing, is the third thing. And so I mentioned photos, titles. Now on Etsy, you're allowed to use tags, and you can use 13 tags on Etsy. Now, most people I see whenever I like learning from new store owners. So I'll have someone start a store, some of my friends, and I'll watch the kind of tags that they use. And they use very generic tags, what everybody else would be using. Personalized wallet, wallet personalized, engraved wallet, customized wallet. That's basically what everybody does. And that's not wrong. That's a good way to go about it. Now, if you want to get extremely specific, on Etsy, I believe it's 20 characters that it allows. That's the maximum that they'll allow you to use. So if you wanted to say a phrase like personalized makeup bags for bridesmaids, you wouldn't be able to fit that in those 20 characters. So what I try to do is find a sequence of words that does fit that 20 character limit that also will grab those people. So if I can't use personalized makeup bags for bridesmaids, I may type in makeup bags for bridesmaids, or for bridesmaids. I mean, you're getting very broad there, but if you can get as specific using those 20 characters, and it may be the very front of a phrase or the very back of a phrase or even the middle of a phrase that people are searching for through Etsy, you have a really good chance of catching their attention and serving up a product. So good photos, what makes a good listing, good photos, good titles, good tags, and I'm going to, after I get up from here, I'm going to get on my computer, share my screen, and I'm going to go through the process of actually creating a good listing. So I'll click on other listings, I'll explain why I don't like this listing, or what I do like about this listing, and I'll show you, kind of from start to bottom, start to finish, how I create a listing and how I go through that whole process. So what makes the perfect photo? So I said you need good photos. So this is something that you have to constantly work on, and over time you start seeing, it's almost like a pattern recognition. You start seeing these patterns of why a product is selling, and so I'll go into more detail of that when I have a screen, and I can show you and kind of explain more of the photos. So I'll go over that whenever I can kind of show you exactly what we're looking for, because I can't really display a photo for you here. Pricing. Now, pricing is totally up to you. Now, if you want to, let's say we fulfill a knife for $9 and you want to sell it for $10 and make $1 on each one, by all means, go do that. Or if you want to sell it, for $9.25, every time you sell one, you get 25 cents. That's up to you. I tend to go for selling items cheaper to get more volume. So you're basically making a little off of a lot. That's kind of my motto. But there's no reason why you can't make a lot off each order that you have. It's totally up to you. But my recommendation is to price it as aggressively as possible, which makes the most sense for your time. That's kind of my strategy. So that's pricing. Headaches. This app. The reason why I'm making these videos is the app is very new. We've just upgraded the entire back end of it. There's still waves of errors, waves of problems. So anytime there's a problem, yes, you can bombard me. I've probably already heard the same problem a million times, and we're working on it. But do not let our mistakes and our errors and problems deter you from building a business here. If we have a problem and you get fed up with our customer support and you get fed up with our system, go to T-Launch. Go with them. Start creating. They have an amazing software. Their system is basically flawless. So go sell with them. I'm not trying to deter you. I don't want our problems to deter you. But there's going to be headaches. There's going to be problems. But if you can push through that, you'll finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, so we're going to cause headaches for you. The next thing that's going to cause headaches for you is Etsy customers. And Etsy has done a really good job of making sure that shops provide like A+ quality customer service. With that being said, that tends to make some of their customers a little entitled. So you're going to deal with a lot of Karens on there. Personally, that part I'm not going to show you how to do because I don't do it anymore. I